All right. Good evening. We're here again today. I hope we're ready. We have a long, as usual. I think that has become a slang to me now. We have a long way to go. It's not so long anymore, really. It's not so long anymore. So I'll be able to take more questions and, of course, answer some things you may have. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good to have you back here. Good to have you back here. Thank you. Let me see. 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 Okay. Okay. Yes. Good evening, Juliet. Good evening. Um. Yes. Good evening, Ayomife. So 23 and counting. We need to get into class more. Thank you. We need to get into class more. If you're in class today, try to, if possible, have a note or a jotter or a sketch apart from the one you use for class so that you can easily do what we used to do. And I always give a statement which I will remind you today. It's simple. Carry your product along. Carry your product along. I know I didn't say that much in the last 2 days, and that's to deliberately just make it a part of us without me having to say it. Well, you must ensure. It's a lecturer. You fail. Good evening, Queen. Um, you must know that your product is why we are in this class. Okay, the products you are building is why we're in this class. The product you are setting up is why we're in this class. If you do not carry your product along, you are literally wasting this class. We told your assignment, we talked about it. We, yes, working on it and you'll get it. But we also want to, personally, I don't want you to just have this. I did assignments, I, I submitted, I attended the class. I want you to actually have the knowledge. And what I shared is general to every facilitator on this course. From BC, from Gamila, they share their greetings as well. And one thing that we all, three of us have in common is we actually want you to become product managers. Happy weekend. Yes, we actually want you to become product managers. Meanwhile, someone said happy weekend. My Friday, Jesus Christ, this week is blessed. Had all the most stressful schedule I think in the year has been this week. It's crazy. But we're still here and we are still here. So I don't know. Whoever had a Gentle's Friday should come and borrow me part of his Friday so I can use it, or have Friday so I can use it to at least recoup. Oh, all right. So let's get to it. 26. I'll try to chill to like 50. I hope that happens in the next 4 minutes. Chuku favor, good evening. I hope that happens in the next 4 minutes because we need to fly. Good evening, Audrey. Yes, so why other starts before they come in? I know I told you all to check an interview and to see how they get PMs over there. Please, I want to be sure you checked and I just want to see what are your experiences like. What were the questions like? Were they the questions you were expecting? Did they look like, hey God, oh, I'm in trouble? But I can see maybe that's why the class has even reduced. Come on, maybe say, no, I don't go sit and say, I'm not doing again, I'm not doing again. See, do again, do again. Let me tell you something. There's something called elasticity in economics. Elasticity is the degree of responsiveness to change, basically. So, when something is very elastic, you're not in trouble, Vivian. When something is very elastic, which means um, people can easily change easily, you know. I used to use the concept elasticity of skill. Okay, elasticity of skill. I'm coming. Let me see if it actually exists. Of skill. Yes. So exactly. Not directly as what I define it by, but when you see a skill that it is easy to learn fast, bram, 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 there's no need to be going for it. And that's the simple truth. Because there is a food chain, right? There is concept of food chain. And so when it's easy to learn, you should know that that means everyone can learn it quickly. So someone just calls you, come and learn this skill in 2 days. You're already a master class. Do you understand? In 2 days, you're already the best. That means everyone can learn it in 2 days. And see, when it doesn't take anything from you, then you can't make much from it. You can't gain much from it. So by the time you realize the field you're going, you see people learning coding, you're learning product management, people learning product design. That rigorous effort you can put into it is what makes you come out better. And I wanted you to check that interview so that you can realize that this thing is not that simple. You can do it. You know, I was in class when Bamila was encouraging us the best way possible. You can do it. It looks hard at the beginning. I remember in his word, if Damila can do it, I can do it. It looks hard at the beginning, but you can do it. I remember I heard BC in his class saying, of course, it looks like there's a lot you have to learn, but take it one step at a time, and you realize that you can do it. So, as much as possible, I want you to um, yes, yes. I want to get feedbacks. Did you watch that interview? Admin, you can still take the slide out for now. Did you get the interviews? I want to get feedbacks from the interviews. So, were there questions that looked really funny or really hard? Or I know some of us did not check. It's not as if you are the conservative type. You just did not check, and there's nothing to type. That's why. That's why the comments you are not in the comment section. Oh, so yes, 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 yes. Can I get a sample question? Basically, how will you design an oven for someone on a wheelchair? Ah, okay, yes, they used to ask. They actually do ask questions that are not that you think are not even product design related or product management related. They ask. You see, when they ask you things like this, they are trying to, for example, let's illustrate this question: how do you design an oven for someone on a wheelchair? And that will take us into the next phase, ideation. We've checked, we've checked empathy, we've checked define, we've checked ideation. From ideation, go to prototype, go to test. So we're going to ideation away. All right. Okay. I'm here to. I was not chanced. I'll go through it later. Okay. These things are not too much really. You can easily just watch them. But I understand. Okay. The questions were not funny, but they were exactly. And the questions. See, all the questions always border on your strategy, your product strategy. I allowed you to see so that I can pay more attention in class. Okay, so the next we've gone through empathy. I'll create a synopsis of what we've done so far. We've done empathy. We're checking design thinking stages because that's what you need to know as a product manager. Uh, okay, as a product manager, you need to know design thinking. Design thinking has 5 stages: empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Of course, some people still have others, final design and launch. But basically, generally by Ideal School of Design, those are the 4 points. And I will go back there again. My slide can come up now. Thank you very much. Um, yes, so let me take us to what we're literally what this particular training, this session is about again. Let's not forget. Um, design thinking. So I said, sorry, slideshow. Okay, we can bring up my slides. I don't know if we can pick, admin, if we can pin some comments that relate to questions from interviews, I would really be glad. Um, please, my screen as well. So of course, the centrality of this training is the ideal school of design. Okay, and what we're checking is design thinking, and we say is a human-centered approach to solving complex problems and creating innovative solutions. So as a product manager, embracing it is crucial, and that's what this entire training is about. We're showing you what design thinking. You use it in what to align cross-functional teams to your vision to the problem you're trying to solve. Okay, so that's what this entire training is about. And we said for design thinking process there are 5. So this entire 3-day week is to cover these 5. We covered empathize. That's where you do your research, your empathy mapping, all of that. You go to define. Define is where you now have problem statements. It's where you're having and your idea mapping. I say idea mapping. Sorry, that's not for there. And define is where you have your personas, And I was telling you about the and how you do user. That's where you also, of course, part of it also covers. That's where you have your user journey. sometimes, but you will do it that deeper in prototype. That's why you also, but largely in define, you see your customer journey, and your customer journey is done to give the complete product experience, and we check the two sides to that the product experience. We check the components and we check the core, um, we check the components and we check the core parts. Okay. And we mentioned 5 components and 7 core parts. If you can remember in the comment section, we I'm waiting. If you remember the 5 components of core parts, but don't worry, I know you do not. You have your notes. So of course, 5 components. We have pre-purchase interaction. We had the purchase interaction. We had the post-purchase interaction, ongoing engagement, and long-term relationship building. Those are the components of your complete product experience. And of course, there are now 7 core parts. We say your journey starts from marketing to sales to technology, supporting systems, third-party integration, support, and politics and policies. Sorry, I've been too much on American politics lately, so I need to call that in politics. So yeah, that's your complete product experience, like I've said, and we did extensive work on that last week. So moving on, we we moved. You can see we did the 5 whys exactly. We moved away from here. Personas, PM issues. We did all of this. Let's not go there today. So today I want us to start, and we stopped at customer journey. I know I rushed customer journey, so I'll just gloss over it quickly. And I was saying, um, your customer journey is a bigger thing than user journey. I showed you this graph. Why I showed you this chart where customer journey map is encapsulating the entire customer journey from the beginning to the end, from marketing to post support. Raina, good evening. You always come in every way. To good support. Good evening, everyone. Um, yes. And I said our user journey is just the journey of the user on the app. Please, for me to be sure you understand this particular slide, let me just see the difference between user journey and customer journey as it is on this place on your document. Thank you. And also, um, just type it in your class. Thank God, Sida Empire, you are here. You're supposed to reach out to admin. And you and Anamali, yes, please reach out. I must hear from you today, Sida Empire. Then Nkechi Anamali. I must hear from both of you because I've been following up too much and not getting response. Today is the last follow up I will do before I find a good use. All right, Sida Empire and Nkechi Anamali, please reach out through your admin. Moving on, of course, please, everyone, I want you to, on this particular slide, of course, I know there's a difference between customer and users, which we extensively said. If you also can remember, you can also type it in the chat section. But aside that, we are trying to use this to show a difference between the customer journey and the journey of the app user. Now, so if you remember, please just type what you believe in the comment section. As you do that, I will go through your chats again and look for questions on interview. So someone said, what can you offer that will move this generation to the next tech level? Exactly. You can imagine. So they are not asking you questions that will not make you think as if you stole something in the market. Design a playlist for a dumb person, a mobile ride for a disabled person. Thank you, Ijato Faith. Ijato, please, could you tell me the interview this was in? I would like to watch it. I've not heard this kind of question. And they used to answer how answers should sound like. So don't just see the questions. Many of you saw the answers. How were you wowed by the answers they gave? What were the shockers you saw when they answered? So, Ijato Faith, I would like to know where you saw that interview from so I can check it myself. I think it's something I would like to check. Yes, exactly. You're right, Ayomipe. A lot of research must be done before going for such an interview. Before going for any interview whatsoever, the questions are based on your thinking ability, technology knowledge, product strategy, and so on. That's very true, Shiv. You're very, very right. I've missed class, so good to be back. Oh, you're welcome. Come across bringing in funnel and rise framework. Exactly. I want to believe that Gamila already showed all of you rise framework, right? I don't. Was it that class that rise framework was taken? It's just a scoring model, really, for prioritization. When you're prioritizing your features, that's where rise framework comes in. Reach, impact, confidence, and efforts. Well, that's another class for that, so it's not my business that much. Okay. CPE. Okay, no, okay, this one. Okay. Essential skills and qualities needed to be a product manager. That's probably even a basic question. How to recognize a well-designed product before launch. Okay. Customer journey map entails the entire customer experience. Aditon Adibowale, this is a very, very beautiful answer. Perfect. Customer isn't paying for the app. The users are the people who will use the app. Of course, yes. And there are cases where the customer and the user may be the same. I have one more thing to ask, and if you have not done it, what I will do is that I will not pity you in this class. I will just go above your head as I can, so that you can know that when you have assignments, you do it. There was a link to the training between user-centric and customer-centric products that I from Harvard Innovation Lab that was sent to your Telegram, and I went on Telegram to confirm, and I saw it. So if you watch that class, let me know. If you are there in the comment section, let me know. Uh, Here, to know you're very right. Customers are unnecessarily users. They can be users, and you give an instance of a customer bringing a role project for the applied role that the users. Did I mention role project? Wow. Okay. Okay. Customer is the go-between, but sometimes the customers are the users. Okay, you watched. Okay, created by Amaka. Thank you. You watched the class. So, what did you? What did the class do for you? What was the class about? What did you do to you? Quickly, we have a long journey today. But like I said, this is my last class on product design, so I need to take more questions from you, more than I want to even teach. Oh, okay. The link is on the platform though. Okay, for those who have watched it, okay, Olufunke, God bless you. Customer journey map is handled by the entire team. By the entire team. Yes, you're very right on that. Please, in case you're struggling to hear me, let me know. I'm trying not to use much energy today, so I know I can be a bit low. Okay. Creatives, I'm waiting. What was the class? What were the high points? One thing you will see in the class is that everyone seated in that class were product owners. They all have a product or an idea they are working on. So it makes that class important for them. Do you understand? And that's the approach I want us to take for this class, which is why I said, please carry your product along. Carry your product along. So you're not just in this class like a student who want to get a job. I said something in the beginning of this class. I said product management is like the beginning of this training. I said product management is like the entrepreneurship arm of tech. I'm serious. We are having issues because we are training people, and a lot of people want to go out there and look for jobs, which is very good. But why not just go out there and say, okay, I had this product idea. That's what I'm able to build from this. And then you're even employing. I believe that at the end of this training, some of us will be able to say, okay, I want to talk to an investor on this particular product. There is later. What if you walk up to later and say, okay, I have this product, how can we partner? You can't just be training. How do you make money? I want us to run this product together. If the profit is 40, 60. Since you run training, help me create a team that will build it. Me, I'll be the product manager on it. You can also have some investors to scrutinize it. You can work with the little leadership, scrutinize, let's see the idea that is good. So you are the only ones in this particular training that can actually think like an entrepreneur. You can't expect that from your content writers. They probably be the ones to do marketing for your product. Those doing digital marketing probably do marketing for your product. Those doing coding will probably be the ones to code it or get more experienced people. Those doing design will design it. You shouldn't be the one also saying, oh yeah, let's be carrying CV up and down. Of course, you can look for job. I believe in that. I do. I work jobs, but as much as you can, this thing was not. We were not approaching this class with a mindset. I won't lie to you. I'm your facilitator. I know, but what has changed in me since the beginning of this class has been crazy. I have no less than one or two product ideas already. Even the ones I already have, because I'm also carrying my product along as I'm teaching you. I actually came to class with a different product idea in mind. Literally, I just dropped out of a product idea last week because the person I'm working with is trying to evade strategy. And I said, well, if we're not coming from the market, we cannot go to the market. That's my principle. So sorry, I can't be a part of this product anymore. And that's the simple truth. So, as much as possible, this is not just for you to get jobs. This is for you to carry your product along. So if you see the assignments we're even giving, it's so that your head can begin to think more businessly in quote. You are the only ones that can be the entrepreneurs in this tech journey to a large extent. So don't dull it. If you see most developers when they shift to even entrepreneurship, when they want to, many of them just shift to being product managers. You can check across it. I can give you names, or they become venture capitalists who now sponsor ideas. And because they know a lot of products, they can have the mind to see a bad or a good idea. So Chuku Favor say from the other class, we talk about the business model. It's how you create and deliver value to your customer. Okay, I've not watched it. God bless you. Customer is the gateway to your user. Customer pay for the product, but not necessarily use the product. I'm staying on this slide for you to understand that when you are building, your head must be capturing two things. Determined question. Number one, I said watch product management interviews from top companies. You can Google PM interview for Google, PM interview for Microsoft, PM interview for YouTube. Check all of those things and you see the quality of questions. So you can't joke with learning. As I'm talking to you, if you follow Product School on LinkedIn, Product School go live almost every night. Product School, since I've joined them, there's no night Product School is not live. Even if it's a 30 minutes class, they will run every night. Product folks have a session, I think almost every week, that they bring at least a PM to discuss something. So when you watch this interview, your approach to learning will change. If any of you check my LinkedIn, I've been trying to run some 30 days flow on experiences, and I realized that the journey of a PM almost encapsulates almost everything the company stands for. But with time, you'll get it. Okay, so I believe you get the idea between a customer and a user and all of that now. Moving on, I was showing you customer journey. I'm doing a lot of synopsis because it's last class. Customer journey, how now the customer journey is bigger than user journey. It moves from awareness to advocacy. Awareness starts from your social media, your Google search, your mail, to your consideration. So as a product manager with a design thinking mindset, your head must think, how can I capture them from awareness to advocacy? That means if they want to look for my food app, where would they start from? From Google. So my product must be on Google. It's design thinking. So it's not just icons and shapes. It's thinking, design thinking is thinking from the problem. And the problem is like, okay, the customer has a problem. What is the problem of the customer? I want to eat. And I want to order online. Where does it start from? He goes to his phone, picks Google and search Google. So I want to ensure that my product be the first to come out when they do that search. You might not need to be that smart, but if you can think of that, your next problem now becomes, okay, how do I be the first to come out on Google? You can easily watch 2, 3, 4 YouTubes on that, watch 4, 5 Google, read 2, 3, 4, 5 blogs, and before you are done, you have your answer. So design thinking makes you smart, even though you may not know anything at the initial. But it's just you think the problem, okay, now my customer finds me on Google. What next? Okay, he wants to click my link. Okay, when he clicks my link, where does he want to see? My website. So how are we going to make sure information on that website leads them to buy? What you're trying to get is the purchase decision, which is number 3. Everything you've done now is that's where your website is, your purchase decision. So as you come on Google, you want to see reviews, you want to see blogs. That's why you see some people, they will pay blogs to even post them because they want to increase their chance of being considered. When they've considered you, it's purchase. Purchase is now your product, or that's customer journey. Purchase is now your product or your shop. You know, like there's shop there, but I made green things that relate to tech. Purchase is now your product. It's now your website. It's now your app. People now carry, let's say in quotes, a Glovo. They can now say, okay, and then how do they now? Then the next thing you want to do is service, which is your application. What are the functionalities of the app? How do they function? What is available to the user? Can they see what they want to see? Does your app bring up a list of, okay, does your app just start to show you a list of restaurants, or your app starts with business idea and product idea? It's the same thing. There is a video on that Harvard Innovation Lab, which says building products that evolve into companies. You can go and check. They are the same in most cases, and I will explain. So, in most cases, for instance, there is Patricia, which is both a product and a business. That's why if you see most product management strategy classes, they look like MBA classes because it's only a business that is being represented by technology. So you're using technology to represent a business idea. So that means the same principles that make business succeed will make it succeed. Just that with tech now, you now need a technical team to deliver your results. That's just what makes it a different thing. But however, not all products are automatically businesses. For instance, there is Jumia, which is both a company and a product. But and not all businesses have products. Of course, some people that are running food canteen, they don't have app. They don't need it. They don't need it. That's just the truth. So of course, that exists, but some products can evolve to become companies. Okay, as products can evolve to become businesses, businesses that need products also build products, and most of those businesses may not have one product. For instance, now GT has their banking app, they have their investment app. Do you understand? The banking app is a product idea, but doesn't have to be a business idea. Do you understand? The business itself, which is the GT together, can themselves develop products that can help their processes. I'll break it down a bit. Some products will represent the business holistically. Do you understand? For instance, we're looking at just a minute. We're looking at Twitter. Twitter is not just a business now, it's a product. It represents it holistically. The entire thing called Twitter is what the app is. If the app goes down, the business has gone down. Simple. But in some cases, some businesses just use some product to represent a part. Do you understand? Some businesses just use a product to represent a part of their business. For instance, GT Bank. If GT Bank's app stops working today, of course, it's a big issue because a lot of customers on it, but they can still run while they fix it or all of that. But the app represents a part of it. For instance, now let's say Redeemed Christian Church of God has an application for you to make payments, offering, tithe, and all of that, so that they can manage it. And I think that's a good idea because we can imagine the number of payments that happen in RCG alone. So maybe they even have their own gateway. The gateway is a prototype. They have their own payments, like their own Flutter, in quotes. The payment and all of that is an application that Redeem has, but the application is not what Redeem is. So there's an organization which has CG, and there's an application that manages some part of the processes, which is the product. So that's different between a product that is exactly the business, which is Twitter or Facebook or WhatsApp, and a product that is just a part of the business. For instance, TikTok is nothing but a product. It's both a product, therefore the product to function well, a business is set up to manage it. Do you understand? But for most companies, what you can know is that most companies that are not products, you have known the company for a long time before they now came up with a product. So the product can never replace the company. It's just something to optimize some processes within the company. That's simple. I don't know if I've answered you, Chinyere. I'm staying long because of course I want others to learn from it. Despite the process of building a product for your app to function on 10 devices, you need the approval. Can you shed light on this? When you get to that stage, of course, you cannot just share apps on. You can't just. It's as simple as trying to. What do we call it now? Trying to publish a story on a newspaper. You wrote a nice article. You want to publish on a newspaper. They can't just say, "Oh yeah, when your date is Wednesday, 4 p.m." Do you understand? They're also going to review your article. They're going to see if it makes standards. That's all. So is that you built an app? Does it meet standards? Are ethical standards are there? Are you going to take people's data anyhow without security? Are you going to pose a threat to, what do we call it now? Some kind of communities. Of course, your functionalities, are they working? Are they fine? That's all. That's all. So it's just regularity. Some things you have to check. But that's all. It's just as basic as any platform. Nothing goes for free. Business model is better for founder because it helps them spend. The customer journey maps is this after product launch. So the customer journey is not just after product launch, it's before the product. You must have that in mind from the beginning to the end. Alrighty, from the beginning to the end. So the customer journey, that's what you're looking at there. From awareness. So you must think it from the beginning. Of course, we talk about the complete product experience, okay? So when you look at the complete product experience, which I put after that before, where did I put it? The complete product experience, it's not just for launch. After launch is when you have support, okay? You still have to build. So I don't want to call it, it's not really about after or before. It's the entire complete experience, which is a continuum, okay? Now, good. Somebody said before. That's fine. Moving on now. Let's move to ideate quickly because we have a lot of work to do there. Ideate. There's something called scamper techniques. Sorry, it's not as clear as you want it to. You can zoom your YouTube, all the best, but it's a bit blurry. So I will explain. So now that you have empathized, you have defined, now it's time to ideate. Yes, now, of course, it's the empathy map that translates into user persona. Your Google search results, when you analyze them, you can now use that, and your one-on-one, you can use that to now build an empathy map for majority of your users. From there, you can translate it to user persona. Easy, easy. So ideate now. You're welcome, Duro. Um, the ideation phase encourages creativity and open-mindedness. Now, this is where most product managers go mad. Now you have all of this data. Oh yeah, show workings. What is this app about? You're speaking Bulaba. No, it doesn't work like that. Now that you have all of this, your work is not done, you are just starting. It's now time to ideate. There is a simple way, always know principles. Camper techniques works for you. And which is simple. Substitute, adapt, modify, okay? Put to another use, combine, eliminate, reverse. And I will explain. Colira. Many of these things are the simplest to think of when it comes to when it comes to tech, literally. So I'll show us something, or I'll just explain something in passing for time, because these things are very simple. So there are things you need. Product managers, you will lead a lot of brainstorming sessions to explore wide range of solutions. In your ideation, there are no errors, there are no constraints. Scatter your mind. Scatter what? Your mind. Thank God you were taught feature prioritization. When you are done with all the features, you can now start looking like which one is rubbish, which one is not rubbish. But in ideation, expand, like go all out. First one, I said you have to have brainstorming sessions, lead workshops with your team, brainwriting, mind mapping, or basically Scamper framework. Again, that I will show you Scamper framework soon, which is here. I will just explain to it. There's something called divergent thinking. Okay, divergent thinking. I used to work with a man that used to do a lot of strategy sessions. He can divide all of you to 10 groups. Go and start thinking. Whatever you've thought, bring it, then we'll scatter them together. All of these things are not just normal brain. These are core theories and frameworks people are using to lead offices to deliver great results. So, divergent thinking, prioritizing ideas. So, what you now do is when you have done all of that, check my number three, prioritizing ideas. I want all of us to type it out, please, because this is where the work is. I mentioned three things there that are very key that I used to evaluate. My third option, prioritizing ideas, write them down. Write them out. And you remember your prioritization framework. And that's number three. I said, once a broad list of ideas is generated, I know what to do. Hold on. I need to do something. I need to go back to secondary school now. Sorry. It's the bell. Oh boy. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Oh boy. Things. Okay. I'm noting you. If don't I'm going to underline and bolding some things. Please just keep my screen on, admin. Sorry, please. Just keep my screen on. I need them to still see what I'm doing. So you can see the way I'm bolding and emphasizing some texts for you because I want you to pay attention to them. This is where most product managers start doing rubbish. You have to do it as a team now. My screen is not on. Have I stopped sharing? Oh, sorry. I have stopped sharing. I have stopped sharing. Just a minute, please. I have stopped sharing. Apologies. Oh, no. Okay. So I've expanded. I've emphasized some things in the comment section. This is the major. This is where your design thinking test comes in. This is where we separate people. No, no. I said the number third. Now check number three. Now I underlined some things there. Zoom it out on your page. I said once a broad list of idea. In fact, I really need to stay here. So I'm gonna do some things for you guys. I'm gonna do some things for you guys. Let me expand the text here so that you can see largely. because this is one of the most, this is the key thing to, yes, somebody said feasibility, desirability, and viability. Thank you. Now, slash show. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you. So, um, let me, you see what, you can see my screen now. So once a broad list, the first thing that is key is broad list. I wish it's physical so I can say somebody say broad list and then you will now reply broad list. A remote thing, sure. No. Yes, you want to zoom, but I need to emphasize. The first thing is broad list. That's your design thinking. All of your journey, you have emphasized, you have defined. Now it's time to create a broad list of all your brainstorming and Scamper. Before we go to this third one, let me just talk you through Scamper framework that you are seeing. So Scamper is how to use best ideation methods. It's simple. You are going through a lot of steps, okay? And I will walk you through it. If you don't understand Scamper after this thing I've described, it's okay. You can go over it again. First, take an existing product. I'm going to Scamper framework now. Just look to your right and take notes. Take notes now, because most of the things I'm explaining, I don't want my slides to be too plenty. People will run away. Take an existing product or services. You are starting to ideate to take an existing one, okay, that you want to improve. Like, let's say, iPhone 16, iPhone 15. Take an existing one that you want to improve, okay? Now, you can now ask questions on the elements of that product. For instance, let's say McDonald's. Do you understand? You now carry your Scamper. That's how to use Scamper. Let's say you now carry your Scamper. What's the first word in Scamper? The first word is substitute, right? By the time you carry that first product, say iPhone 15 is simple. Substitute is simple. What can I substitute to make an improvement? How can I substitute um, how can I substitute the pricing? Just look for things you can substitute to make an improvement. It could be the shape. For instance, let's say we're using the place I learned it from. They use McDonald's. Are you following? So let's say I'm using McDonald's. What can I substitute in McDonald's? That's the first thing is Scamper, substitute. What can I substitute to make an impact, to make an improvement? Should I substitute the place? Should I substitute time? Maybe it's the material that you're using to eat. Maybe it's the staff member. So for iPhone now, for iPhone 2, or for your app, what can we substitute? And this is simple. You might look for apps that look like the ones you want to build. Let's say you want to build a food app. Go and carry the food app available in the market. Namila mentioned to you that it checks like 20 products. Now, when you have checked your 20, I don't know if many of you are researchers here. When you have checked all of your papers, there is always one that you can narrow down to that looks like your work. If you review like 1 million papers, there's always one you have to narrow down to that is the closest to what you want. And that is the one you will now benchmark against. Okay, I want to do better than this person. Many of us use Scamper framework. We just don't know. We actually do use it. Maybe you want to speak on something. Maybe you want to make a post on something. First of all, check what others have said. By that, somebody said the battery. This person is wicked. By the time you now see the one that look like you, that's okay. I will do better than this person have written. Do you understand? So look, after you've reviewed all your 20, 50 products, there must be one you are going to pay. This is the one of the one. You might now substitute that one with all the feature in the other 19, because if you don't go through the other 19, you won't know how to change that one. So I just want to know this Scamper thing because you need it. So substitute, look for things to substitute in that product. How can you change the rules? I wish I had money. It's easy to replace the iPhone. But it's just that by the time you realize the technology and the money involved in making one iPhone, you will relax and go and do your Infinix JJ. So, moving on. That's you're thinking. So look for what to substitute. Can I use other? Think deeply. For instance, let me look at McDonald's. Let's even stay with iPhone. Can I change? Okay, they don't have buttons. What if I add buttons? As you are thinking substituting, be thinking the impact. If you are substituting something that will produce less of what you are holding, you've just wasted your time. Substitute. Next one in Scamper is what? Combine. SC, the next word is combine. This is here, what you're trying to do is, can you combine two or more parts of my product to achieve a different product? That is why you must have gone through all those 20 applications. Sometimes, see, there's nothing new under the sun. They match jam, they match jam, not match now. We match things, carry feature from here, feature from there, feature from here, feature from here, pack them together. That means if somebody can pick up iPhone and add it to Samsung's camera and don't look for infinite battery. iPhone's battery is stronger than any other battery out there, actually, in case you don't know. But if you want to know how strong it is, put off some of your features. That's when you notice the iPhone battery is strong. But if you put some of the things on the iPhone and run them on the phones you think you have battery, you will smell pepper. Now, how can you carry iPhone with Samsung's Fold, with Google Pixel's camera? Do you understand? So that's what you do under combine. I've said two things now. S is for substitute. I've taught you that. I don't want to add not shops. C is for combine. It can be different ideas from your different team. I310 with what features that I3? Put ordinary WhatsApp on I310. You will see that the battery is bad. How many apps does I310 have? We are talking applications. We are talking touch life phone. So moving on. It can be ideas from your team member that you are packing together. That you can use 3 to kill 1. Okay, Glovo is ordering food. Can you suggest food? Can you first of all get their mood? Suggest food options. Suggest before you now talk of eateries and all of that. Can you look at, okay, do you want to eat alone? There is also Shola is also going to eat at this eatery. He's also a tech guy like you. Would you like to meet? Should we link you guys together so you can go there to eat? Or do you want to eat home? You can try to add about 10, 15 features. If all the product ideas I've shared in this class alone has been used, I would have been a billionaire by now. But no, these people will just be typing on YouTube as well. So moving on, you can combine 2, 3, 4 things and make it fly. That's combined. Let me move to the next one. And what materials can you combine? What feature? That's Scamper. The next under Scamper is A. A is adapt. A is adapt. Okay, what can I adapt in my product problem or process? What can I adapt in my product? What can I adapt in my problem? What can I adapt in my process? Okay, that is adaptation. Do you know what adaptation is? Adaptation is that WhatsApp can chat. Okay, I will also allow you to chat. Adaptation is picking something and just modifying small. Just modifying small. I don't know if you have been. There's this song. We will soon sing hallelujah. There shall be showers of blessing. You get that's adaptation. I pick the same tune. I change the lyrics. So adapt is you pick something that you see that is working somewhere. Yimo. Use more Dr. Strange on it. Change it to something. Now, when you are doing this thing as a product manager, you are thinking crazily. Apologies. When you're doing this thing as a product manager, you are overthinking. That's what it should be. You are thinking crazily to see ideas. You are thinking crazily to see solutions. From adapt, we have 15 minutes to go on break. I need to run. Adapt to pick an idea and make it more serving. Exactly. You are just putting something. It might just be something little. Something very little. That's all. From adapt, you are going to M, which is what? Modify. Now, modifying is also part of adapt, but it's better to not just say modify. Somebody has gone to EO, be coming down. Modify is not just modify, it's magnify and minify. Magnify and minify. Somebody say Yibo, Justina, it's well with you. Magnify, minify. Note that one under M. It's not just modify. Modify is, there are some things you look at, okay, what can I make larger? What features on these things can I make larger to have? And what can I tone down? There are some things you may need to tone down. So look for things you can magnify. Look for things you can minify. Moving on. Your question, Jadisola, is it used individually or used together? It's a process. You can actually use them now, this is what I mean, Jadisola. If you don't get ideas under S, You get idea under C. You get ideas under A, but try to use all of them. By the time you are going to the end, you'll have seen at least 500 features or 100. I'm just trying to tell you how to get your broad list of features, okay? So when I finish Camper, I'll go to the number 3, which I enlarged. So magnify and minify. Look for things to tone down or delete. That's minify. Look for things to grow. Look for things to make higher. Are there buttons you can reduce? Are there buttons you can increase? Do you understand? For instance, maybe your own social media status. Maybe you can only do four status per day instead of some people sewing waist bead for you. Maybe you can reduce your own social media app to, okay, you can only have 4 status per day. If you want to post more than 4, it's premium. And the money, any money WhatsApp made from those more than 4 will also be shared to everyone who views it. You can decide to do anything silly with yours though. So anything you do, can I add extra feature? Now let's go to P. Put to another use. Put to another use. So what else can it be used for? WhatsApp has video call feature. Can I use this thing for more than video call? Do you understand? What else can I use it for? Can we just do mini meetings and not just anyhow meetings of 4 people can or 5 people can join calls? You're welcome, Jade. Can we just do some kind of thing just for what you can do? Instead of creating groups and creating channels, can we create groups in groups? Maybe there's already a group. And then can we just have sidebar? Can we have sidebar feature for WhatsApp? Can my own WhatsApp have exactly somebody said host webinar? Can my own WhatsApp have a sidebar feature in the groups where there is a group? I want 3 of us to discuss something, but I don't want to create another group. And I don't want a channel like WhatsApp just did, which is not working. So instead of not creating another group, can I just create a sidebar? And then a sidebar group where the expiry date, maybe just a group that will be for 3 days. And then all of us just join that small group. We just discuss what we want to discuss. After 3 days, the group expires. Do you understand? Instead of having to remove your pastor from group because you want to do birthday or create another WhatsApp group, you can do all those sidebars can work for it. Okay, you can set the time that the group will delete. Do you understand? And WhatsApp does not even have that. What many of them have is channel and group, not this exactly. Not the small sidebars. There should be a sidebar. I've been thinking of this thing for. Do you understand? Just have 5 people. Exactly. So what can I put to another use? What do they have that can do other things for me? That's for P. E is eliminate. Eliminate, you don't shall know. What can I remove without altering its functions? For instance, let's think of it. WhatsApp. What can you remove from WhatsApp and will not alter WhatsApp? They can ask you that in a proper interview. What can you eliminate from WhatsApp that will not alter WhatsApp? Yes. What can you remove from WhatsApp currently that are not making less of WhatsApp? Me, I have what I can remove. Oh. Number one, that channel they just created. I don't know what it's for. I don't know who did it. I don't know who thought about it. I'm removing it first. Number 2, that whatever they just did to status that is currently looking like I'm writing Instagram stories. I'm removing those 2. So those are eliminates. Somebody said channels. God bless you. We are together. The video recording is just a bit useless for me. If I want to do video call, I'll do video call. If I want to send a video, I'll do video. How am I doing video notes? I mean, I'm very sure it's one of the least used features. Somebody agrees with me. Make a car for myself. 24-hour status should move the timing. So that your status can be there for 4 years. No, they should leave it there. Moreover, it's a cloud. It's a cloud thing. So you want to be taking space in cloud. See this person, Sha. Chuku favor, see me after this class, please. We need to fight. That's for E. I've got it to eliminate. It remains 1. The last one is simple. Rearrange. People really want their status to last 4 years. 24 hours, even too much. Chidima, please join Chuku when she's coming for the work. So rearrange. Rearrange is the last one. This one is very simple. Ask yourself this question. How can I change, reorder, or reverse the product or problem? What would I do if I had to do this? Do you understand? That is, can you do the process in reverse? What can you rearrange in some way? Can you interchange components? Do you understand? The layer or the layout. For instance, for WhatsApp now, if you open WhatsApp directly, bagam, you're going to your chats. How can I do it? Maybe we see some things before you now start seeing chats. So that at least if somebody picks your phone, they are not going straight into your chats like that. Whatever, think of what you can write. So that's Camper for you. I think I've gone far. Largely, The Scamper method helps you generate ideas for new products and services. It will encourage you to take 7 different types of questions, and which will help you understand how you can innovate. Scamper is simple. You are taking 7 innovation directions. You are taking 7 innovation directions to think through your products, and I think that's enough. Yes, you can rearrange the priority, you can rearrange the journey, you can think crazily. So what Camper does to you is it change the what Camper does to you is gives you 7 different ideas to innovate and get a broad list of ideas. Now let's go to this part which I bolded. Now somebody said I have idea for WhatsApp. Then you can send an email. Let's see where that gets you. But please, one thing I can tell you is don't kill your ideas within yourself. You may think it's silly. This is one thing you need to do as a product manager. Don't do anything, do it. If you think you have ideas they are going to use, send them the mail. They cannot, there are things I use, they cannot come and arrest me. Why will you send us a mail? They cannot beat me, they cannot block me. They can only say we don't need it or we already have it. That's all. But don't learn to not self-sabotage yourself. Okay. So moving on. Now, I'm not moving on well this page. Once a broad list of ideas is generated, see, I'm taking time on some things that I know I want to last longer with you. Please, that's why I'm taking my time. When you now generate broad lists, how do you generate your broad list? By Scamper. Because I said brainstorming sessions. Scamper is your go-to brainstorming sessions. Don't waste time. Just use Scamper easily. When you use Scamper as your actor, somebody said I have an idea for YouTube. I hope you have an idea for Nigerian government. Then if they did ideas. So brainstorming sessions. When you now brainstorm using Scamper, mind marking, you now use divergent thinking. Use divergent thinking. Don't just carry the Scamper and all of you will sit together in one place. If it's just maybe it's just 2 3 of you, think together, throw it to them. Now the truth is most companies don't do this, which is not good. We will not build good products like this. Imagine, tell yourself the truth. Imagine you have used design thinking, you've gotten to ideate to get a product. How will that product not be marketable? It's just that most times we don't rush things. And then some people in market, they are struggling to do product that's already in the market. It's not nice. It's not nice. How do you market it? You are doing a product at the end. I want product to have a place where people can list their goods and sell. When there is Jumia, when there is Facebook, when there is Gigi. So what kind of idea is that? Did you brainstorm using Scamper before gathering data? No, now you have past users before you get to Scamper. It's all of their problems that you've not thought of the solution for. Okay, let me come back again. Thanks for that question, Princess. So you've gone to your users, you've gotten their pain points, you've now developed a pro statement of problem for it from their persona. You now have a statement of problem. Don't forget what we said, statement of problem. Hold on, let me go there. Now, say I want to do training, so let's just do the stress already. Um, Let me just go there. Just a minute, so before user persona, there's a problem statement. Don't forget this particular place or user need. You don't know, this is under define. Don't forget, define is your second. So you have done your so busy working professionals need an easy time efficient way to heal elderly because they often work long hours and don't have time to shop and meal prep. So after all your problem, this is what you discovered. Now you don't have an app yet. This is just the problem you have seen. They are busy, they need efficient way to eat. And now said the best ways to get your problem framed well is to use the 4Ws, which is a young working professional struggles to eat healthily during the week because she's working long hours. Our solution should deliver a quick and easy way for her to procure ingredients. Do you understand? And prepare healthy meals that she can take to work. So if it's an app you're using to build that, you're talking of a meal prep app or an application where they can, yes, you will. The admin will let you know. Yes, sure. All your slides are available, please. They are not hidden. Um, so as much as possible, what we are now doing with this is you may not have the product idea yet, but you know what the product should look like. It should be an eating, an app maybe they can order food or other groceries from. From here, you can now move back to your ideation. Now you have a problem, you have created your persona, you'll be able to get that problem statement. You should be able to ideate now. Now, and I told you that, of course, you have done all this, your jargon. Now you want to ideate. To now ideate, you are now looking at it's a food problem, it's a food issue. Okay, I need an app that sorts this whole food thingy. I need an app that settles this thing that as regards food. What you now need to pick up and do now is to look out on your. Damila gave something that is solid. He said it looks to 20. So let's take 20. Get 20 products that at least look like they are trying to, if not solving all, solving one of the problems you think you have. Either it's a food app, an ordering app, a website, anything that looks tech, go and look for it. Do you understand? Anything that looks like tech, go look for it. And when you find them, you can now begin to look for that one that looks like, this is the closest to. Do you understand? And then you use Camper on that one. Or you can use Camper on two, three, or four of them. And then all of the features you have seen from all of those other products, you can still bring them down there. And you are ladies, and I will say it this way, you can be more detailed. We soon go on break in 2 minutes. You can be more detailed. You can decide to write down the features on each of those apps and begin to look at how to now use Camper to now bring them together. By the time you have used Camper, you have your broad list. Now that you have broad list, you start evaluating. There are three keys to evaluating. You just use your feasibility. Are they feasible? Don't just say, I want WhatsApp to start. WhatsApp to be able to pay everybody checking status. That's a silly idea, though. So don't bother. It's not feasible. Next one is desirability. Desirability will be known from all those works you have done before. Will the users like it? Will the users want it? Let me check the problems I've seen. Let me check their empathy. Let me check my research. Does it look like a feature they want? For instance, you are saying, even that WhatsApp gone. I want you to be able to, for instance, when you send a DM to somebody, I want you to be able to, I want that DM to be able to show on status. So that as I'm sending message to you, if the people are seeing it on WhatsApp status, I think I want that to happen. For instance, there's a BlackBerry feature then that when you are playing music, it just goes on your status. Jade Sola is listening to. Did I send you work? Did I send you work? Simple. So there's also viability. There's also viability. Can we, does this thing bring money? Does it work with the product? Does it work with our vision? So that's ideation. When we come back from the break, we'll start with the crazy eights on how to manage your team. And this is where we resume back from the break in ideating. Thank you very much for joining. And please, like we said, it's not only day. Just go and fill your attendance and come back. People used to turn that into a food break. Please come back quickly. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back here. We're back. Thank you very much. They've gone. They've gone. Oh, they've gone. Agbado people. All right. You're welcome. Let me see. Man, our journey is blessed. So we need to move very swiftly, Joe. So crazy. It's. Let me share my screen. Just a moment. Am I up? Am I up? Admin. Oh, okay. We're back here. Okay. So you're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, they have gone. I hope I see y'all. Do you know where the exclamation was? Oh, thank God. I thought it's a product management question. Please, whatever is admin question, please learn to be putting admin before you type it so that my chest will not grow big. So, someone asked the question. He said, the Scamper frameworks what you use to prioritize? No, no. It's what you use to generate ideas. There are other frameworks to prioritization that Damila took you last week. If you have missed that, go back to that session. We have different prioritization framework. You can use many. You can use next now later. You can use rise as much as you can. So, but I gave you something here, which is very, very simple. Now, this is evaluating, not prioritizing. Most cool, thank you. This is evaluating, not prioritizing. So you use Scamper. Scamper is not for evaluating. Scamper is for generating. Okay. There are many other features for evaluating, frameworks for evaluating features. But for now, just see what I wrote there. Are they feasible? Are they viable? Are they desirable? Okay. Let me see. Are there questions here? Okay, not yet. But then there are a lot of evaluating features for evaluating. You can use value versus effort. Let's think, if we go in the presentation, I'll still take you somewhere where you can see other ways to evaluate. Okay, and you must have learned about minimum viable products. It's under your ideation. You will see your minimum viable product, and you can bring my screen up. My screen up now. Bring my screen up now. So the next phase I thought about crazy eights. Crazy eights. I put it there here for a lot of formality. Also for someone who may also just use it. So you set a timer, an 8 minutes clock. Set a timer for 8 minutes. In that 8 minutes, you draw eight different ideas or solutions to a problem. Eight, just draw. You can write out 1 minute, just pen 1 minute on each idea. Wherever you are on each idea after 1 minute, move up. That's why you're using a timer. When your countdown reach from 0 to 59, or from 8 to 7, move to the next one. They should be sketched. Let's see it as an art. Okay, imagine if you are supposed to sketch. Okay, we don't have time. I will have done it. If this was a physical class, we're going to set an 8 minute timer, and you're going to draw a man, a woman, a boy, a girl, a cat, a goat, a snake, and a chicken within that 8 minutes. So all you are trying to do is just to sketch it. That's why it's a crazy eight. So you just sketch. You're not detailing. It should not be detailed. It should not be fine. It should be very, very abstract and cold. So you have just 8 minutes to sketch them. That's what you do. Then when you are done, focus on quantity. The goal of crazy eight is for quantity. That means you can take your break again. You can take some 8 minutes break, do another crazy eight. The goal of crazy eight is for quantity. Look at number 3, focus on quantity. The goal of that is to get quantity ideas. So avoid, this thing is deep. Avoid self-censorship. Don't censor anything. Don't tackle. It's not fine. It's fine. Don't. That's not the time. Crazy eight is for you to get the ideas. I don't know if somebody is getting me because comments is a bit empty though. But we need to not bother. You're looking at The idea of crazy 8 is, and keep it to 8 minutes. If you say 16 minutes, you'll be tired when you are going to 16. Stay on 8. Stay solidly on 8. All you want to do is, you have 8 minutes, you must use 1 minute per idea. Am I still breaking? I can share your watching. Please confirm if I'm breaking. Anyone else? Anyone else within the comment section who feels I'm breaking? I can't find it. Okay. What can't you? Okay, I'm getting distracted by some things here. Okay, moving on. Oh, I'm breaking. Gigi. Oh, somebody said I'm fine. Thank God. Somebody's breaking. All right. Okay, give me a minute. I think I have a lot of responses enough to make an adjustment. Okay. How about now? How about now? Let's fly. So crazy 8. I'm still breaking. Anyway, I thought I wasn't Michael Jackson. Okay. Let me see what I'm going to do. Okay, so the crazy 8. Here's how it works. Number 1, you set a timer. So I said start with 8 minutes on the clock. Start with 8 minutes on the clock. Sketch rapidly. Set 8 minutes timer. That's all it's called crazy 8. It's not supposed to be beautiful 8. Crazy is the word. Set a solid timer. Hey, what is it? It's not a design sprint. See, product management borrows a lot of frameworks to achieve its result. What you're doing here is, don't forget we're under ideation. Maybe if you can keep your learnings under the header topic, you can get it. We're still under ideation. So the essence of the crazy 8 is for you to write ideas faster. So if you set up a team, maybe after 8 minutes, you can be switching the team. Maybe take a break, switch them again. Please check your networks, everyone, because I can hear, and I can see. I'm also following on YouTube to know that I'm not breaking. Yes, that's what I just did, and I think I've confirmed that. So please try and check your network, guys. I know it's Friday, there are so many hours, so network may be having issues. So draw 8 different ideas. So what you're trying to do, basically, is to just a minute. They said it's okay. So what we're going to do now? Okay. So sketch rapidly. Pick your ideas crazily. You want to just write. Let me stay on product now. You want 8 ideas in 8 minutes per person. So I said focus on quantity. The essence of this exercise is for quantity. Focus on it. It's a food app, delivery, payment, food advice. You have 1 minute for each. So it's not 1 second. You have 1 minute. So it's still 60 seconds to think. Do you understand? So you can, okay, in 8 minutes, food app, okay, delivery. Whatever you are thinking, the moment 1 minute is done, move. Don't try that. If you have done, it's not crazy 7 or crazy 4, it's crazy 8. You can Google it. It's a popular framework used. Focus on quantity. Then when you now get to, yes, I just did. Crazy 8. Oh my God, why are we making this thing complex? It's so simple. This is the simplest of where I'm going tonight, and we're burning time on it. Let me come back again. You sit down, maybe as a product manager, you are by yourself in your house, or you have a team. Set your timer for 8 minutes. What you want to do in that 8 minutes, for this, your product you're not thinking of. Do you understand? I'm helping you think of other ideas to generate ideas. You have used Camper to generate ideas. You can also use Crazy 8. So, what you try, check if your LinkedIn, if your YouTube has volume, check if your volume is low, check if it's high, do what you got to do, restart your network, enter YouTube again. God bless you. So, what you want to do is, when you have set your time, you have the idea you want to put. For instance, I said food app. Let me not use crazy faith it's because of time. Okay, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. Just a minute. Admin, is there anything? I want to be sure there's no breaking. Okay, let's move up. You're gonna hear me, okay? Because I actually am on YouTube and I can hear. God bless you. And it's not breaking, so I really need to know. Try and check your network if you have issues, please. Thank you. So review and discuss. After you've done your eight ideas, the goal is to write 8 ideas in 8 minutes. 8 product ideas in 8 minutes. The sketching is for you. The crazy 8 is used in artwork. For you in product management is writing. You're just writing out ideas. Yes. So focus on quantity. Produce a variety of ideas. Thank you. Avoid self-censorship. That's what matters to me. Don't self. This is not the time to say, this is a stupid idea. This is your head. What you thought about. This is not the time. This is not the time. The time is to write as many ideas as possible. Or rubbish ideas, stupid ideas, non-viable ideas, ideas that will not work. Write everything down. When you get to where you are prioritizing your ideas, you can do that. But this is not the time. You are trying to generate ideas. What you can do, let me give you a skill. In your scamper, you can decide to use 8 minutes for each one. Okay? So under substitute, set 8 minutes. Let me write 8 features that can come from trying to substitute. Under you can make crazy 8 a subset of scamper. Do you get? So under adapt, what are the 8 ideas I can think of? So maybe at least by the time you're done with your scamper, you have 56 ideas that you're talking about. And then you can now begin 56 features. You can now begin to look at them and begin to take out and take in. I think that makes sense. So moving on from crazy 8, and now I'm still coming here to prioritization now. Look at this. I'm using impact versus effort framework. So you ask a lot of how might we questions. How might we is still these are the questions you ask yourself under Scamper. How might we make this thing better? How might we serve better? Just ask a lot of questions. It might not, it can be how can we, it can be who should we. I think I put some questions here. At the end, you see things like how can we help Anita have a better diet? Given that she eats terribly now, I will neither get groceries nor cook. Simple. So ask a lot of questions. Now, look at this, my quadrant. I will stay a bit here as well. You are looking at, you are going to construct a quadrant that has an effort versus impact quadrant. Effort versus impact quadrant. When you, and these things, like I said, as a product manager, you are not a product company. You are just one person in the product team. I believe that BC has taken you through what a product team is. I will send your slides will go out today. Today. It will go to your admin, so they'll be able to know when to give you. Do you understand? Of course. So what you have here is simple. We have your prioritization now. You have your features. What you are trying to now do in this quadrant is to start grouping feature. I really, to a large extent, I'm not really too convenient with also particular about slides. I know you cannot get everything all at once. I'm very well aware. But I'm telling you the truth, you may never have time to go back to slides to a large extent. The best thing you can do is what you get now. Take a lot of notes, take a lot of writings, and then have some follow-up knowledge yourself like Barians used to do. But you will get your slides, that's a promise. I will also follow up to ensure that they are pushed to you. Good, moving on. When you have all your features from all your from all your whatever, and this is why I said what I said. A lot of things I'm saying are not things that you have on the slides as much. And also, if you're actually concerned about learning, these videos are on YouTube. So you would have gone back to them and check them and get a lot of facts. So let's not make it about slides, but you will get your slides. If you really want to be a very, very good product manager, you're being inquisitive and being able to search beyond all of this is what's really going to make you one. Apologies if there's any offense with that. Moving on. So we have impact versus effort. You're not going to, all of these features you've had, they will fit into these 4 quadrants. Okay? They will fit into these 4 quadrants. There are some, now look at it. there is high effort, there is low effort. This effort part is your developers, your designers that will be telling you, or your entire team together. So you guys need to. I don't get what you're saying, really. Edith, can you ask again better so I can give answers? So your entire team will sit down with all of the features. There are some features that you need to have. There are some features with high effort. There's a feature that is nice to have. There's a features with low effort. Exactly. You see what Ms. Funke is doing? I think that's the approach. So what you are going to do with all of this is when you look at your feature, let's pick WhatsApp. Ability to chat for WhatsApp is a need to have feature. Also, is a feature that also takes. Can I annotate? I wish I can annotate so that I can see. Is a need to have feature, and that also takes low effort. So all of that feature will be okay. Let me number. Hold on. I think there's a better way to make you understand because I need to. This slide needs some. One. Okay, good. I need you all to say something. Just a minute. Hello. So again, like I said, focus on the class at hand. There's a lot of comments about assignments, about so many things. You may miss out. So look at what I'm showing you. There is effort and there is impact. Okay. Now, some of your features that you've done using your Scamper, using your Crazy 8, using your whatever you may use, some of them will require high effort and they are only nice to have features. They are the ones in two. For instance, let's say, do you know that it may have been hard to create that WhatsApp video call. It may have been hard to create that WhatsApp video call, but it's only nice to have. And it took high effort. So that particular feature will be in two. You write that feature, whatever feature you write in two, you don't even bother to look at them. That's why I say you can use many ways to prioritize. It is possible that WhatsApp channel feature, it's very hard to do, or it may even be low to do, but it's nice to have. Put it in three. Video call, very hard to do. Do you understand? Very, very hard, but it's a need to have. You put it in one. But because it's in one does not mean it will be your MVP. The only feature that will be in your MVP is your need to have and that needs low effort. And MVP is simple. Somebody tell me the meaning of MVP in the comment section. I believe you have been told. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I need to know why this. Let me see if I can switch network again. I've switched network almost 2-3 times today. The features when you have because only you cannot do this. You are not the one that will determine if it has low effort. Sometimes your developer team, sometimes it's your finance team. It's your finance team. For instance, some features may need you to get some kind of APIs that takes money that you need to really pay to use. Developers, it's so easy for developers to use APIs. Most times, it's very easy to use. It's already done. You're just interfacing. However, your finance team can say this thing costs $1,000 monthly. We are not doing. Do you understand? So it's the entire team that makes you know which is high effort, which is low effort. But about the need to have and nice to have, you will be the one to have the information the most because you are the one who did research with your users. You are the one who know what your user wants and who they are. Do you understand? So this particular is done with a lot of people involved. It may not be together, it may be separately. Because of course, I can tell you that when you get a job, you don't have that luxury of time. I know the way we are teaching, it looks like you are the CEO. You can just tell everybody, today we have a crazy strategy meeting, and everybody will run to your office. It won't happen like that. Most times you'll be begging people to have their attention, so you won't get it. So this is how best to prioritize your future. The ones that are need to have, people need it really. It's very important. Like WhatsApp video call. You can see that video call do not come on WhatsApp until after a while. Status is a need. People use it for market, but it doesn't come until after a while. So those things we stay in need to have high effort and go to one. See, two is what you don't bother the most. You ignore two like anything, as if you don't see it. It's maybe when there is nothing to do that you now go and do two. High risk. So this quadrant is used in different settings. Okay, so let's move on. I've discussed this. So let's move to prototyping, guys. Prototyping. So prototyping, after you ideate and you've done all of that, you prioritize your features. Now it's time to prototype. And I will tell you things to do. This is the easiest part of design, even though it may still be hard. But why this may be hard for you? It's always hard for those who have jumped processes. Because if you have checked many applications to get your features, you will have an idea of how their UI interfaces look like. Under prototype, you are going into the designing Google. So this is for the design part now. Now they are not coding here, just designing. So under prototype, you start with this is where your ideas start taking shape. And I've written many tools you can use. I'm not pleased with the speed of this network. I moved this slide a long time ago, but it's fine. Prototyping is where ideas take shape. For product managers, this is where you now turn concepts into models that you can work with. And I told you three things. There are key things to consider. Low fidelity prototypes. Low fidelity. Most times, as a product manager, this is where your work is. Do your low fidelity. Even your low fidelity, if you have a good, most times, trust me, if you have product designers that are good, they will do low fidelity prototypes for you, that know their job. They will do it. However, you may also do it yourself. And let me tell you for a fact, doing it yourself, no, you don't need to know how to code, Alice. The time you used to know how to code is to learn more product management tools. You have a lot to learn. You don't even need to go into coding at all. Just learn how to manage developers, that's all. And some technicalities anyways. So, low fidelity prototypes. Use simple wireframes. Most times as a product manager, you need to be here. You need to be where people are doing, you need to sketch out prototypes for them. Most times, not all the time. Sometimes when you can do it, it gives you clout in the company as well. But when things get busy, let the designer do it. That's all they have to do anyways. You've done all the work. So your job for prototyping mainly is how to collaborate with design teams. And I will just give us a brief, just collaborate with them, how to work with them. It will be hard for you to work with design teams if you do not do your job. So, and I said we'll discuss communication later on. There is also part of the team. So, number one, communicating with the design team first is not by English language. It's not by saying, hello, please, I need your help on this thing. No, that doesn't work. And I will show you how to communicate with them. Number one, I showed you what it is. So, this is how your design prototype process has to look under prototype. This is your process to app building. Number one, there is paper. There's paper prototyping. There's low fidelity, which is digital prototyping. There is high fidelity now when the app has been fully designed, and then there is the coding. This process cannot be jumped because if you draw a useless sketch on paper and your UI designer has gone to design it fully and coding has started, and now realize that your sketch was wrong, you have wasted everybody's time. So this is one of the keys to communicating with them. What they like to see is that you have done the hard work. Is that you have done the hard work. You sketched out good ideas. And I said something. I said, product design artifacts. This is how to arrive at a good design. User journey map, I will show you. Sketch, wireframe, mock-ups, prototype, and final design. This is a process. User journey map, sketch, wireframe, mock-up, prototype, and final design. I wish this was not YouTube because I'm not the one that should draw it. I've drawn it. I would have loved to see your screens, because at least a product manager should be able to do a user journey map, which is a user flow. If you can hear me in real time, I would like you to note. Sketched out good ideas. This page is too late. It's too late. Lazy. Hold up. No problem. Okay. So another thing which I'm noticing is that there is a huge delay between the class and then your YouTube. So it will be hard to show you some things, but then I will. I will. So as a UI UX person, what I've shown you here on the design process, on the prototype, must be followed. Do your work on paper. Do a lot of work on the paper. Do a lot of work on the paper. And I say it again: paper prototyping, low fidelity, high fidelity, coding. Your work is in number 1 and 2 most times. However, if you have a good designer and that you have a good relationship with, you will not need to do 1 and 2. But you must do user journey map. And I will show you. So for user journey, I said, or user flow for the app now, it's a visual, just use user flow because the journey is more of the entire process. So let's use flow. Visual representation of a user's interaction with a product or service. It illustrates the steps, the touch points, and the emotions. So I said, for drawing user flow, you use rectangles as your screens, triangles as your decisions, start and end as circles, and arrows as your connector. Now, this is where we now need to check feedback. Okay? But before we get there, I said, what are the benefits? It helps you understand how users move through your products. How users move from the beginning to the end of your product. That's what user flow does to you. Number 2, it's, readers, when you think, you may be confused. So before you even start stressing yourself generally, you can sketch the flow on paper. But because we've been needing to delete and move things around, it's better to use an app. So let's work with this. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Figma for this. But for the sake of class, you can also use Google Slides or Excel. Any whiteboarding application you see can be used. If I decide to use Figma for you here now, I hope you can follow me in real time because there's a lot of delay. But let me move on. It improves the overall user experience by guiding better design decision. That is clear. Then the main part is this number 4. It keeps the team, yes, it's the same thing, Vivian, user flow is user journey. It keeps the team aligned on how the product should work. It keeps the team together on how the product should work. But people now have an idea, okay, this is what it is. Then it makes it easier to test because test is the next phase, but we need to be fast. So let me show you something. I wish you can see my screen. Okay. Just a minute. Let me show you user flow diagram. I'm trying to open my Figma. I'm trying to show you a user flow diagram and how it's done. Now, Figma is very easy, just that I don't even know the problems you're having because I can't see your screen. I would have said it's simple. You can use any whiteboarding platform, but I will encourage you to use Figma, and I will tell you why. I don't know about other platforms, but Figma has AI features you can easily use. Figma has AI features you can easily use, and then it has I think for me, it has the best ease of use. So what I will do is let's do a basic application. So when you open Figma, you will see. Oh, I really cannot start from logging in because I've already logged in. Okay, but you are going to your Jamboard. Let me try my best to take you there from outside. Let me see what that does to you. If you're on your laptop, you may not be able to do. You see draw user flow on Figma. It won't be more than 10 minutes video. It's easy to learn. One of the things you must learn in tech, you can ask any teacher from everyone on net. We all watch YouTube. Developers are on YouTube. The designers are everybody is on YouTube because things new happen every day. For instance, now there's AI feature that Figma just added. I don't know if you can see my screen. If I click on generate now, if I say, let me see, flow chart for a food ordering application, generate, you will see it. No, you can use Figma online, you can download. I'm currently using it online. I'm not, I have a downloaded app though, but I'm currently using it online. Now, see what is generated for me without doing anything. That's AI for you. So it has the AI feature. And uh, like Google Docs, yes, you can share. Okay, you know what I will do? This is what I will do. Let me do something for you. I will just share for you to view. I will share for you to view. Yes, let me just give you to view. Password required. No. Anyone with yes can view. Yes, this makes sense. Get no. Just link. Let me copy link. So let me see if I can drop a link in the comment section for your YouTube now. Okay, it dropped. But I'm not sure you can click a link through YouTube comments actually. I doubt if you can. You can't. You can't click a link through YouTube comments. So you can push it to you anywhere. But of course, or I mean, if you can copy that thing to them on Telegram, let's see if they can check it. Um, just a minute, I'm switching. Don't start features, please. Don't start with AI features. Start with the normal feature first. First free AI for now. Don't start with AI features. So um, you can see my screen now. So this is start. This is what a user flow is. I will not edit this. This may not be correct. So take time and please, user flows are never the same. The user flow for a fintech app, in fact, the user flow for three fintech apps are not the same because they are not the same people. They are not solving the same problem. So if don't just say user flow for market and then you just went there and just copy it and paste. No, do your study. Do you understand? Do your study. If you click through that link, you can see my screen and see what I'm working on. So user flows are always different. Look at this now. Start. Okay, now let's go together. Let's think together. This person says, AI says from start you go to login. Okay, which is good. From login, you go to register. Login or register, I go to fill in details. Okay, from login is a decision point. If you can log in, let me move this up so that we can see. I knew it. So it's a decision point. If you so when you're I said, let me show you what I said here. Because we need to work together now. Speedily. I said, let me show you something here. I said, now you may also don't stay on the link too much because you need to stay on my screen so that you can see because I'll be switching between my slides and my Figma. So I said rectangles are for screens, and that's what you can see here. You can see that my rectangle. People don't join here plenty. You can see that my rectangle is for screen. Fill in details. Start. Start is a screen. Fill in your login is a screen. Do you understand? Login or register is a screen. Do you understand? So let's work on something plainly together. This is how to just build user flow. Let me now delete this and go simply with you together now. Yes, together. Now, we first of all draw the section. You come to, you see this thing I came to pick. Okay, I don't have time, but let me see if I can run this. Look at this. When you get to this Figma Jamboard, see mouse everywhere. Just when you get to this Figma Jamboard, please try to not be busy on the platform. I see many hands moving around. I should not cast you out. Now, there is the cursor, there is the hand, there is the pencil. You can see this pencil. You can see sticky notes here. So let's say it's empathy map you want to create now. You can pick your sticky notes from here. And you can easily create empathy map templates. I can easily generate. In fact, by the time you click generate, it's already showing. If I say empathy map now, you will see it. Yeah, if you embarrass me, I'm talking outside. Joanna, the way you're moving around there is a lot. Just try and stay and then just watch. So you can use to generate and start. You can see his own empathy map diagram that he gave me. I'm trying to zoom on it. I'm zooming on it now. So he gave me this one. So I can now begin to find information and fill it in. I can now begin to put sticky notes around. So it's jams, whatever it is, just start moving around. It's easy to use. That's why I said Figma work better for you. So you know they take to learn Figma. As a product manager, you'll be able to say you can use Figma. That's why I said learn a skill from here. To be sincere, I don't have all the time to teach you Figma. I could use another 2-3 days on that. So let's not burn time on that. But as a product manager, you can use it. So let's start. You pick, after these sticky notes, you will see shapes, which are here. As you are taking your mark there, it comes up. From there, you will see text. From there, you will see section. So the first thing is to do you draw a section. So let me draw a new section. I'm going to do a basic journey just from login to entering the app, which is what I'm going to do. So I pick session now. I'm drawing a new session. I'm drawing a new session. Now that I've drawn a new session, let me start with this. I want a basic user journey. So when you click on shape, it will bring up all of the shapes you need to use. Let me use ellipse. Ellipse is what you use to show start. I showed you earlier on. You can type straightly on it. You may not need to pick element to type. When you've clicked start, click an arrow. You draw. You might not even need to pick an arrow before you draw. Okay? I can pick, okay, let's go together. When it's 8:53, I will have to stop on this just for you to get the idea. I will stop at login. So when you Figma is online, you can also download it. It's a low fidelity application. You are free. It's open source. You don't need to restrict yourself. I will advise that you use it online. But even if you download it, you still connect to the online to work. You can't use it offline. So from there, you have started. Your next screen you want to draw might be a rectangle. Okay, the rectangle could be, this is your landing page. Maybe it starts, maybe when you click the start, you want it to have a landing. You draw it here. Now, this thing I'm just doing, you now use an arrow to link them together. This is communication for product managers. You don't do it by phone call. You don't do it by, so before you now call your product manager, I mean your product designer, sorry, you now say, okay, oh, I've done how the app is supposed to flow. This is how the designer understands. Some people even are as crazy as they can now go and do screenshots of what they want that looks like it. They putting it there again and be writing alongside it. From landing, maybe you now want them to log in. You draw another one. Do you understand? Login. Do you understand? For your login session, I will soon leave here now. The next thing you want to do is a decision. It's a decision. Follow me, because at login, they need to make a decision. So decisions are drawn with rectangle. I've told you that before. Let me show you again. Because I know some people are already thinking like, hey, Jesus, so this guy. Arrows are connectors. Circles as to start or end it. This thing I'm showing you, if you study technology operations management, OPM, in any business school, this is the same thing. They use a standard SI unit in tech. Rectangles are for shape, are for screens or active action in a project. Triangles are, this kite or rhombus, they're always for decisions. This thing, they are for decisions. So back to my Figma. Share this tab. So here now they're supposed to log in. The decision here is maybe login decisions, maybe has accounts. Do you understand? So actually, login should not be here. Has accounts should be, the decision should come before the login. And me, I like to paint my decision another color. I like to paint it green. So you can easily change color. It will bring out the tuber. Diamonds, God bless you, favor, don't mind me. So from landing, it goes to a decision. Decision means if the person has an account or if he has created an account, it goes to login. Login goes back in our regular purple. If he has not created an account, I will show you what decisions do now. So from decisions are places, decisions, you use this triangle decision button where the person may need to make two different decisions. For instance, from the landing, if the person already has an account, you are saying the person will log in. And to do that, you don't use arrow or else you'll be tired. Use the connector, use the connectors, not the arrow. That circle here, you can see where my mouse is, where the connector is. That's, you use connector when you have to connect like this. Why? If the person has an account, don't forget you are thinking, you have sketched. The person has an account, all he needs to do, if he already has an account, all he needs to do is to log in. You can make all the one Figma provided, but how do you know Figma is making errors? Because Figma can make errors. It's an AI. They can make errors. It's not perfect. Many of you see, by the time you click on Figma AI, you see something behind it. AI beta. When you see beta, it means it's still undergoing testing. So it's not perfect. Anytime you see beta in products, it's still undergoing testing. Don't go and be the one to be the lab rat. So I will stop here. So the person can use connector to go to login. Use the same connector and go to. Your assignment include this, so from some of you. Then you cannot, if he doesn't have account, create account. Do you understand? Create account. Like that. So let me leave Figma now and finish this class because we need to finish this. Share this tab inside. So moving on, I said that's what you have under prototyping. That's how you prototype. That's how you communicate to your clients. When you now do that, you can now even still learn more to know how to do wireframes. Wireframes are simple, and I will show you from prototyping, which I've done now. This job from doing your user flow, you can easily now sketch. Okay, are these shapes constant in Figma? Yes, they are constant in user flow. You can easily sketch this way. You can do this thing just mind, but use Figma for this thing too. Use Figma to sketch. This is what you will do. It's not deep. You are not designing, you are not adding color, you are not adding anything. Just for, apart from the, imagine this is how you speak to designers, that they respect you. If you want to earn respect to, this is how you do it. There are some things that are not automatic in text space. This is how you do it. Moving down, but before you do this particular one, you can do it. See what I did here. Your biro and paper, doodling. That's what sketching is. I'm rushing. I have to apologize because I need to finish this class on three solid notes, which I have at the end of this slide. So you have to use this. Sketch it on your phone. Sketch. You will have sketched your phone tire. All those times you are doing different ideas. You are sketching. We need to find this way. No, it's not be fine. You are researching. I'm not getting this. Okay, how did Abeg do their own? How did Junior do their own? See, if you do this thing for 2, 3 products, even you will know you are good. Leave this thing. You will know you are good. And I want us to live here learning skills. That's why I'm mentioning all these tools. So go and learn it. You know how to use it to draw this. You are not designing. You didn't say you're a product designer. We didn't say that. We are not arguing with your profession. But we are saying, we show you the process to what we are saying. So you can't be speaking with English. You speak with visuals as a product manager. I said it earlier in the last class. I said we always find a concise way to communicate all we have done. Empathy mapping, empathy map, business model, user personas, everything. Even for the design now, you have a flow. Moving on towards the end. So, sorry, what's going on? Just a minute, guys. I think I may be having. Oh, okay. It just lag. Just lag. Please confirm you can hear me. Please confirm you can hear me. Okay. You can hear me. Thank you. I'm not rushing you, Matt Akiti. Sorry. We just need to do some moving. Hold on. I'm trying to. There's a. I mostly don't double open my Figma with work. So just a minute. Admin, I need to borrow maybe extra 2 minutes because of this hanging. I need to balance it. So, but then let me just move on. What I'm trying to show you guys. Okay. Okay. So what I'm trying to show you guys is simple. The design thinking process is very, very wide. Okay. And from sketching, I want to talk to you about testing briefly. Testing is actually not a basic thing to even teach. You get testing is not a basic thing to actually need to teach. Testing is what you must do every step of the way. Somebody said take extra 5 minutes. No, sorry, I have a meeting by 9. I have to run. So um, take it. So just we have just 2 slides to go. Admin, let me just run them down. So that finishes design. I say, of course, sketch. It's up to you how your UI sketch looks. You can sketch out on communal design board with a Sharpie. You can sketch anywhere. You can sketch with a notebook. Yes, it's frozen, but it's better now. Admin, you can pull up my screen now. You can pull up. It was frozen for a while. That was why I was trying to get. So you can sketch from anywhere. Okay, you can sketch from anywhere without bothering. Admin, I need my screen up. You said regression testing. Abba, calm down now. Who is this macroeconomist? No, it's not regression testing. Test for you as a product manager in design thinking is very simple. It's you trying to, um, I will explain something. To talk about testing, I have to go to the end. Okay? Um, no, Figma is free. Figma is free. There's really no need to use paid version. I've not used it anywhere. At the point, you have to start paying, but not yet. So, design process there are just 3 core activities you are doing. And I want this to end it. It's not a linear process. Please, this is how I'm ending this class. Design thinking is not a linear process. You're going from ideation to inspiration and implementation. And it's not linear. So the first design thinking steps I showed you earlier on, they were linear, Abby. So I'm changing it. This is the new steps. And this is why I'm ending the class. Design thinking is a non-linear process. Is a non-linear process, and that's why there's something called testing. So, let me read this out for you word for word so that you can get me. The design thinking process should not be seen as a concrete and inflexible approach to design. No. The component stages identified should serve as a guide. Each stage is a guide. Is not, see, this is what I mean. The stages might be switched. It can be conducted concurrently. It can be repeated several times. The idea is that you want to gain the most informative insight. So what you can do is, the one of the benefit of it, which is the last statement I wrote and which I will say, is the knowledge acquired in any stage of the process can inform a repeat of earlier stage. It could be as you are drawing your schedule, this product is not looking like something. Maybe I don't get it very well. So it's not a linear process. That's why I put it. You can see the way the graphs are moving. It's non-linear. It can go in different angles. And that's what we mean by testing. As you are doing each of the phase, testing is simple. See if what you are sketching is actually solving the problem you have. That's what we mean by testing. That's all. It's not like you're using one regression or one app. Testing is not an application anymore. It's you going through all your findings. See, this thing I've now prototyped. This is my final design. Is it looking like it? No. You go back to your drawing board again. You may have to just need to resketch and draw a different user flow that you work with, but you may mostly not need to do research again. So I beg you, that's why you can say there's a connection between empathize and define, you know. So it's a non-linear process, and that's where I want to end this class. That's my last slide. I wanted you to know that it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1, 5, 2, 4. As long to get the best result. That's why it's an agile process. All right, and I know there's a lot we've done. Your slides will be available. Well, your teachers will let you know that. But I want you to know that it's what you can know and it's what you already know. So take a lot of time to sink these ideas in. The YouTube is there for you. It's not taken down. So you can always come back to it. I would recommend YouTube more because there are things you will see on your slides that you may not be able to know. That's literally everything that I have for you on design thinking and product design as a design handler. You're an handler because you're not a designer, you're handling designers. So this is the entirety of the class. And I believe that you have carried your product along and be building WordCard products. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. I know we took extra 3 minutes. Let's say thank you, admin. And thank you guys for staying. I can tell you that the YouTube video is quite okay. So if you are having issues with network and all of that, you can get to that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day or night and a nice weekend as well. Thank you.